Mohave County Superior Court is expanding the remote jury selection process into a full remote jury trial. The following is the process the attorneys will need to follow for a remote civil jury trial. In order to complete a full remote jury trial, the following prerequisites must be met prior to the trial date. First, the attorney must receive training on the use of Zoom conferencing and the remote jury process. All parties must be certified by the jury clerk or court IT prior to appearing remotely for any court hearing. This certification process ensures the remote party understands the technology well enough to participate in the hearing. Known evidence is to be stipulated to admission prior to a trial. All evidence is to be submitted digitally into CaseLines and marked by the clerk. Any physical evidence the attorney wished to display during the hearing must be converted to a digital format using a video or photograph. All preliminary matters such as motion in limine or any other trial issues have been taken care of prior to the day or time of the trial. The attorneys must be trained sufficiently in CaseLines prior to the trial to present evidence during the trial using that platform. Attorneys shall provide a list of witnesses appearing on Zoom to the court. Witnesses must have the ability to receive email communications. Witnesses will be viewing evidence via CaseLines during the trial, and attorneys will be taking on the responsibility of registering and training all witnesses on how to log in and use CaseLines to view the evidence. Pro per litigants would be excluded from participation in a full remote jury trial at this time. Litigants and prospective jurors who require assistance of a court interpreter would be excluded from participation in a full remote jury trial at this time. Now that trial is ready to begin, we will start by logging into the Zoom session. I will start by clicking on the Zoom icon located on my desktop. Next, I will click Join a Meeting. And now I will enter the meeting ID and click Join. Here I will enter in the meeting passcode and then Join Meeting. I will make sure to join with video. And I've now been placed into the waiting room. Please wait patiently while the clerk admits all participants individually. Please note that all participants' microphones will be muted upon entry, so when the session begins, please be sure to unmute yourself. Once trial is ready to begin, the judge will first go on record and preliminary discussion will begin. Once the judge, court reporter, attorneys, and parties are ready to proceed, the clerk will close the breakout rooms, which will move the jurors back into the main session. All witnesses will remain in the waiting room until they are called upon. The judge will give preliminary instructions. Attorneys will then present witness testimony and evidence. During witness testimony, the clerk will first admit the witness back into the session from the waiting room. Direct examination will then begin. Evidence will be presented to the court via CaseLines, our digital evidence platform. You are directed to have CaseLines open, logged in, and readily available prior to trial. To begin, the attorney must open CaseLines and select the applicable case. I will launch my web browser and type in digitalevidence.azcourts.gov. Hit search. I will then navigate to the selected case. And select Review Evidence. The attorney will present their evidence to the jury via the Jury Exhibit bundle in the Review Evidence tab to ensure exhibits are not seen by the jury that have not been admitted. To change your bundle, you will simply click the Change icon in the left menu and then select the appropriate bundle. If you would like to show Exhibit A2, you will simply navigate to the left menu, click on A2. Once finished with Exhibit A2, you will find and click on the next exhibit from the left menu that you would like to present. To publish out to the jury, you will reopen your Zoom session. To then display evidence, the attorney will select Share Screen in Zoom. Zoom will prompt to select a screen to share. You can select Screen 1, and then it will open the web browser that is logged into CaseLines. If evidence is being presented that requires audio, the attorney will select Share Computer Sound prior to clicking Share. I will then click Share, and now my evidence is being displayed to the court. Once finished, the attorney can then select Stop Share, and that will end the screen share presentation. All evidence should have been stipulated to during the exhibit hearing prior to the trial. However, in the event new evidence needs to be displayed to the witness without being viewed by the jury, the attorney will start a presentation in CaseLines. The attorney must not share their screen in Zoom. The witness will log into CaseLines and follow the presenter. The attorney will select the applicable exhibit in CaseLines and lay the foundation for admissibility of the exhibit. So I will start by launching my web browser with CaseLines. Next, I will change the bundle to Shared Bundle. Then I will click Present and Start Presentation. The witness will then follow presenter. To verify your witness is following along, you can see in this upper blue ribbon it states followers and then lists any applicable witnesses, judges, or attorneys. All questions from the jurors will be communicated via chat. They will then be sent to the judge electronically. The judge will then address the court in response to the question. If a bench conference or break is called, the judge will direct the clerk to open the jury breakout room. This will assign jury members to their respective breakout room and leave the judge, attorney, court reporter, clerk, and members of the public in the main session. If requested, the clerk will also move the witnesses or experts into the waiting room during the bench conference. Once finished, the clerk will direct the clerk to close the breakout room and all jurors will be placed back into the main session. The clerk will also move any parties back into the main session that may have been placed in the waiting room. Procedures for jury deliberation. Closing arguments will begin. Then the clerk will open final jury instructions and share out their screen. The judge will read the jury instructions. The clerk will then open all breakout rooms. Once all members of the jury and case manager are added to the breakout room, jury deliberation will begin. Once a verdict is ready, the clerk will then close the breakout session to return all participants. Once all parties are back in the session, the clerk will notify the judge that they are ready to proceed. The verdict will then be read by the clerk. The judge will then poll the jurors of verdict.
Once the verdict has been read and all other matters have been addressed, you can then disconnect from the Zoom session. You can do so by clicking the red end icon in the right of your screen.